will be exposed.
I mean, when I walk in, I definitely take pride in being the originator of the preparation of the little things that I personally like. A lot of ladies, they just, so if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber,
so far so
French
good.
Montana.
Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
On a plane at 5:30 a.m. So this party, I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
That I have said about people? Yeah, ask yourself why you can't touch me. Why wasn't I dead yesterday, bitch, after I said Beyonce got AIDS?
It wasn't one courtroom moment that made people stop scrolling. It was the collision of two different stories at once. On one side, Cassie Ventura taking the stand as a key witness in the government's case against Sean Diddy Combs. On the other, a wave of viral posts pushing the claim that this scandal was even darker, even wider, and somehow connected to a supposed HIV rumor involving multiple celebrities. And that's exactly where people stopped watching this casually and started asking a much more serious question. What is actually being shown here, and what is just getting piled on because the internet smells blood?
Diddy's ex was grilled on the stand today over their so-called freak-offs. That's Cassie Ventura this morning, 9 months pregnant and surrounded by security as she headed here to federal court to be cross-examined. Inside, Diddy's defense attorney focused on some of the extremely graphic text messages they exchanged, suggesting Cassie not only helped plan the alleged drug-fueled sex parties, but also enjoyed them.
The defense naturally is trying to poke holes sort of in some of the earlier testimony that Sean Combs was always the person in control.
Jurors were shown 25 pages of text messages, one from 2009, the same year the couple collabed on this music video.
As long as you got them little high heels on.
Diddy asks, "When do you want to freak off?" LOL. Cassie replies, "I'm always ready to freak off."
They're laying out somebody that was excited about the idea of being with Sean Combs at 21 years old.
I call all the shots.
What is her demeanor like?
Her voice is low at times. The defense did tell her if it's too much, I can read them.
After some of the sexually explicit messages were read in court, Cassie asked for a short break and grabbed her pregnant belly with both hands. Ventura confirmed that she and Combs had conversations about a swingers lifestyle, but that the freak-offs, they were very different.
Yeah, so she talked about this idea where I guess Combs wanted her to watch him have sex with another woman. She said that happened 2 or 3 times, but that he mentioned it frequently.
As the case intensified, the online conversation got messier fast. Posts started circulating in June 2025 claiming a document showed Diddy was HIV positive and had hidden it, while also supposedly naming other public figures. Around the same time, older clips from Jaguar Right resurfaced and got folded back into the story. But here's the part people kept skipping over. Those claims were viral, not proven. They were repeated, screen-recorded, stitched, and reposted, but repetition is not confirmation. And once people began tying those rumors to the alleged freak-off events described in court filings and testimony, the whole thing escalated into a narrative that felt bigger than the verified record. According to Cassie's lawsuit and the testimony discussed around the case, these alleged gatherings involved drugs, sex, cameras, and pressure. Several male escorts were publicly linked to the case through reports and testimony, and some described situations they said became far more extreme than what they originally agreed to. That testimony became some of the most heavily discussed material in the entire controversy, because it shifted the public conversation from celebrity gossip into allegations about control, humiliation, and coercion. And that's when the story changed shape. It stopped being just who was at the party and became what was happening behind the image.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? They asked me to turn in that which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible I threw everything out. It's possible I can produce a copy.
Then the defense pushed back. In court, according to the material around the trial, Diddy's legal team focused on text messages between him and Cassie, including messages they argued suggested planning, participation, and even enthusiasm at certain points. That mattered because the defense was clearly trying to challenge the idea that Combs was always the one in control. But Cassie's position, as reflected in the reporting and testimony excerpts, was that private messages and occasional discussions about a swinger-style dynamic did not make the alleged freak-offs the same thing. That distinction became one of the most uncomfortable fault lines in the whole case, because it's exactly where public opinion tends to split. Some viewers see messages and think consent. Others look at the full pattern being alleged and say the context changes everything. And this is where it gets more complicated. While the courtroom focused on testimony, the internet kept reaching for names. Former aide David James reportedly testified about carrying a backpack with prescription drugs and supplements, and about the chaotic aftermath of some events. Cassie's 2023 lawsuit accused Combs of abuse, SXTR at ficking, and other serious wrongdoing, but it was settled one day after filing. That settlement fueled endless speculation online. Even though a settlement does not prove the claims, it just doesn't. At the same time, additional civil lawsuits followed from others, including Dawn Richard, which made the public feel like the circle around Diddy was tightening, even as each case and allegation still had to stand on its own.
Amid a media frenzy, the 26-year-old pop star was brought by ambulance to a Los Angeles hospital.
You start to think, well, okay, who gained from her dying?
There were more unanswered questions after the autopsy came out than there were answered questions.
I brought 4 sheets of paper in my hands and wrote in length what I had been through the last 4 months before I came there. The people who did that to me should not be able to walk away so easily.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man.
It's so unfortunate.
You gotta pull back though, so they can see. That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look. Would you
get the drink on his head?
And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He is a actual DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to him. I put him to sleep.
Next day, right?
Yeah, put the drink on his head.
There you go. There it is.
Warm it. Damn.
Once that happened, the social media reading of celebrity behavior became its own side plot. Fans noticed people who had once seemed publicly close to Diddy appearing more distant. Unfollows, silence, no public support, no visible interaction. Maybe that meant something. Maybe it didn't. But on the internet, optics become evidence for people who already think they know the ending. And then came the celebrity name drops that really sent comment sections into overdrive. Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, the Kardashians, Ellen DeGeneres. In the material you provided, those names are presented as people tied in some way to events, parties, or public chatter around Diddy's circle. But being at the same event is not proof of criminal conduct, and that's a line a lot of people online refuse to respect once a scandal reaches this size.
No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
This is what you need to do. Women, beautiful women. We need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just a different
Plurals.
blend. You need the
Blends.
ladies, you need the booze.
Right. Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but...
Britney's name especially lit people up, because viewers started trying to connect her attendance at a party with her 2007 VMA performance the next day. That theory spread because it feels dramatic, not because it was proven. Yes, people have long debated Britney's condition and what was happening in her life around that period. Yes, the timing made internet detectives feel like they had found a missing puzzle piece. But there is no confirmed proof in the material you gave that links her performance to any alleged activity at a Diddy event. That matters because this is exactly how online narratives spiral. One real timeline detail gets attached to a completely unverified interpretation, and suddenly the rumor starts sounding like documentation. Paris Hilton's presence at parties didn't shock many people because she was everywhere in that era. The same goes for the Kardashians, whose old clips with Diddy now get replayed with totally different energy. That's what scandal does to archive footage. A playful interview from years ago starts feeling eerie just because people now know more, suspect more, or fear more. And Ellen is maybe the clearest example of that shift. Her old on-air banter with Diddy about parties, women, alcohol, and locks on the doors has taken on a much darker tone in hindsight. People now watch those moments and ask whether she knew something. But asking that question is not the same as proving it. There is no public proof in your material that Ellen covered for him or had direct knowledge of alleged criminal conduct behind the scenes.
Got the atomic bomb. I think you got the atomic bomb.
The four-part series takes us inside Diddy's final days of freedom before his 2024 arrest.
I'm about to deposit $200 million right now. I feel good.
ABC News legal contributor attorney Brian Buckmeyer was in the courtroom during the trial and joins us right now. Brian, we really get a look at what was going on as he was in New York and originally planned to surrender to authorities.
Derek, when you say really got a look, you're really underselling it because you get to see confidential conversations that I only see as an attorney talking to my client.
Yo, you at the wrong place looking to see what the people with the possible jurors are thinking.
The documentary also includes this never-before-seen footage of Diddy and Cassie together.
Cassie, say hi to the people.
Hey, people.
Hey, hello.
Why are you talking like Mickey Mouse?
They're on the set of her music video and in the studio.
We know the courtroom drama, but seeing the interactions that surround that is something so much more real and different.
She took the stand against Diddy in court, and so did the former employee Capricorn Clark. And Brian, she's telling a pretty incredible story.
Capricorn Clark had a connection with Suge Knight, a bitter rival of Sean Combs. And she tells his story.
He says, hey, I didn't know you had anything to do with Suge. Like, if something happens, I'm going to have to kill you. He wanted to let me know how it would happen. You will be in a dark park, and there will be no one around.
We hear the tremor and terror in her voice, finding a lot more about this story that we all kind of really knew about.
Brian, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me here, Derek.
Well, Diddy has denied all the accusations against him and has called the documentary a shameful hit piece.